Now, the CEO of Xpeng, ladies and gents, just acquired shares worth over $13.5 million, both on the New York Stock Exchange and the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. This is something that is resulting in the shares of Xpeng pre-market to do pretty well, as seen on the screen. I mean, so many of the Nio investors, after this recent purchase made by the Xpeng CEO, they really think the Nio CEO should also consider doing the same, because the Xpeng CEO went and did this recent big transaction, which, regardless of what we're seeing in terms of sales, it shows that he's confident that this company will do very well. And it is for that reason that maybe he's adding more, increasing his holdings onto Xpeng. Because if Xpeng was not going to have a good future, or if he's not seeing a good future onto Xpeng, chances are very high that he would not be wasting this kind of money buying his own company. Seeing him doing this give investors confidence that the Xpeng will be that company that will do very well in the future. I mean, Xpeng recently launched their new sedan called Mona 3, and hopefully that vehicle or that model recovers their, of course, sales. So Nio, people are thinking or are saying that, or suggesting that Nio CEO does the same by acquiring more Nio shares, especially these ones that are trading in the market. They buy more of the Nio shares at the current levels to boost the share price. I mean, you know that the Nio CEO just owns, or at the moment, or as of May of this year, he owned about over 8% of Nio, whilst the Xpeng CEO, after this recent purchase, he owns over 18% of Xpeng, which is something that I suppose it's pretty good, right? So Nio CEO or any of its executives, they've never disclosed buying Nio, and I think I agree with these guys. It will be good, obviously, to also do the same thing, because once they also put their money into the company, it shows the confidence that they have onto Nio. Not to say that whatever we are seeing in the fundamentals, it's not good or does not bring enough confidence, but rather this adds the cherry on top, adding or putting a lot of their money onto Nio just as the cherry on top, and it's lights out. I mean, like we're seeing Xpeng doing this, what the CEO just did, he just made those investors that maybe who were not even bullish on Xpeng to be bullish, because he's putting the money or his own money into his company, which is something that is pretty exciting. I mean, when I saw this, I must say, I was really impressed by what the Xpeng CEO just did, and by acquiring these shares worth over $13.5 million. I mean, this is absolutely great. It's amazing to see CEO does this. I think, in fact, all CEOs should do this to the company to show of their commitment and their confidence into their very own company. This is something that is pretty good, pretty exciting. And like I said, Nio CEO also doing this, it will be great, because yes, we have got confidence into Nio based on their current fundamentals developments. We are great, but this, for the sake of the share price, it is very good, because it gives confidence, it gives boost to those that are still hesitant onto buying the stock. Once they see the CEO buy the stock, they get motivated or encouraged to do the same, because sometimes, yeah, I understand maybe fundamentals might not be enough to convince some people, but rather when they see the CEO also putting money in the company, they get encouraged to also do the same, or it is easy for them to also do the same. So kudos to Xpeng and all of its shareholders, because the CEO, what he did, it is a good step, or it is a good leadership step, where demonstrating the confidence that he has on his company. But nonetheless, even if the Nio CEO does not make the same or does not buy or acquire more of the Nio stock, it does not mean that Nio is not a good company. It does not mean that the CEO does not or is not confident onto this company. Yes, it adds cherry on top, but we know that the fundamentally Nio is a company that is doing so well. I mean, Xpeng, you'll know that when we just go and look into their cars, they are selling mass market cars. For Xpeng to generate the kind of revenues that Nio is generating, the last time I checked, they had to sell like almost 2 of their cars to cover the kind of revenues that Nio would generate from like your vehicles like the ET7 and the ES8, right? But with all that, they've been struggling to sell good numbers when it comes to deliveries, right? Because Xpeng, on average, they've been selling like 10,000, which is something that is not good, because for them it's supposed to be easier, as their cars are, like I'm saying, they are quite cheap and therefore can be afforded by quite a number of people as compared to the kind of people that can afford the Nio cars. But I just said beginning of this video, they launched their new mid sedan called Mona 3. I don't know if they started selling, but it is expected to revive the sales of Xpeng. But with Nio, on the other hand, this is a company that is doing very well. Deliveries, we are selling an average of 20,000, which is something that shows, of course, that Nio is doing exceptionally well, and chances are we'll see them continue doing well in the future, especially with also the sub brand that will be coming to challenge those mass market brands like your Xpeng, BYD, and the others. We are definitely going to see Nio continue to do well, because Nio offers more than what the other EVs are offering to their clients or customers. This is something that we need to understand, because also in terms of service, Nio is a top-notch company. They give a very good after service, which is why people or those that buy Nio, they don't really think about going back. We don't hear so many stories of people who once bought a Nio and they don't want to drive that car anymore. But this is because of their service. After sales service is good. This is because of the kind of infrastructure they've deployed, battery swapping stations, which enable their users to swap their batteries and not worry much about the battery warranty in their cars. These are some of the things that we see onto Nio, and yeah, they are enough. I don't think, like I'll say this again, I don't think it will be a train smash if we don't see the Nio CEO also buying the shares, but it will be good, because like I said, it adds the cherry on top, as more confidence is given by the CEO also putting, of course, his money where his mouth is, right? But even if it does not happen, I think we still remain long bullish onto the Nio stock. I believe that this is a company which is just set for greatness, and it will do very well in the future. Otherwise, with all that, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. So tell me what you think about this. Part of the reason why I did this video, I saw a lot of people were talking about, what about the Nio CEO? Why is he not doing the same thing? So I just thought I'd just come and give you the sentiment or what I think about this whole situation, right? So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the likes button, comment, subscribe. Once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click the notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, I remain bullish, long and strong onto the Nio stock, because I know that blue sky is coming. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.